When your cat suddenly starts pacing, acting restless, or following you from room to room with a strange, urgent look in her eyes, do you actually know what she's trying to say? You might think she's just being extra clingy because she's uncomfortable or hungry, but behind that sudden need for your presence, there's something much deeper that most people miss. Bringing new life into the world is the most vulnerable moment a feline can experience. It's one of the most emotionally loaded and intimate things your cat will ever do. And if you miss the subtle signals or respond the wrong way, which most owners do, you might break the deep trust she's placed in you, or worse, cause her to feel so unsafe that she pauses the labor entirely. Let's start with what her preparation for birth really means for your relationship. Number 1, it's not a private event. Have you ever noticed your cat trying to squeeze into the back of your closet or under your bed, only to come sprinting back to you the second you leave the room? Most people think that cats are solitary creatures who want to be completely alone during birth, tucked away in a dark corner far from human touch. You've probably been told to just leave her be and let nature take its course. But here's what's actually happening. While her wild ancestors sought total isolation to avoid predators, your domestic cat has undergone a psychological shift. For her, safety isn't just a dark corner anymore. It's you. If she's following you or meowing when you walk away, she's reclassifying you as her sentinel. She isn't looking for a closet, she's looking for a witness. When she seeks you out during early labor, she is communicating that her survival instinct is now second to her bond with you. Think about that for a second. She is choosing a human over the ancient blueprint of feline secrecy. If you shut her in a room alone because you think it's better for her, you might actually be triggering a spike in adrenaline that can stall her contractions. Number 2, the science, the oxytocin bridge. Why does she want you to pet her or stay near her during those first few hours of discomfort? Researchers who study animal cognition and maternal behavior have observed something fascinating in domestic felines. A 2019 study on feline social structures suggests that cats in a domestic environment view their primary humans as alloparents, essentially co-parents of guardians. When you stroke your cat while she's in early labor, it's not just about comfort. Scientific studies on domestic cats reveal that positive physical interaction with a trusted human releases oxytocin in the feline brain. This isn't just the love hormone. In the context of birth, oxytocin is what drives the physical contractions of the uterus. This means your presence and your calm touch are literally changing her body chemistry to help her bring her kittens into the world. You aren't just a spectator. Your emotional bond is a biological catalyst. By the way, if your cat ever stops purring and begins to stare at her own flank with wide, startled eyes, don't brush it off. We'll get to what that specific shift in focus means at the end, and it's something most owners wish they'd understood before the first kitten arrived. Number 3, the scent angle, creating the safe olfactory bubble. Have you noticed her dragging your discarded sweater into her nesting box, or perhaps she's suddenly obsessed with rubbing her cheeks against the blankets you've laid out for her? Most owners think she's just getting comfortable or nesting. But here's what's actually happening. She is engaging in a high-stakes territorial marking ritual. Cats have scent glands in their cheeks and paws that release pheromones, which act as a chemical signature of safety. By rubbing against the nesting area and incorporating your clothes, she is creating a safe olfactory bubble. She is mixing her scent with yours to signal to her future kittens that this specific 3-foot radius is a sanctuary. In the wild, a scent-neutral nest is safe. In your home, a scent-saturated nest is safe. She is claiming you as the boundary of her kitten's world. She is telling the world and herself that where you are, no harm can enter. And hey, if this makes sense to you, hit like and subscribe. It helps us reach more cat lovers who actually want to understand what their cat is really saying. Number 4, the evolutionary angle, the return to the kitten state. As the labor progresses, you might hear your cat making sounds you've never heard before, soft chirping trills, or even a high-pitched kitten-like meow. Why would an adult cat suddenly sound like a baby? Behavioral scientists have observed that under the intense pressure of labor, domestic cats often regress to a kitten-like state. In the wild, a mother cat is the ultimate authority, but in your home, she is looking to you as the mother figure. This is an evolutionary adaptation unique to domestic cats. She is using the vocalization she once used with her own mother to signal her vulnerability to you. She is effectively saying, "I am small right now, and I need the one who provides for me to stay close." This ancient instinct, repurposed for a human-cat relationship, is the highest form of trust a feline can offer. She is dropping her predator mask entirely and showing you the helpless kitten she still is inside. Number 5, the ultimate revelation. The sacrifice of the flight instinct. This is the deepest, most emotionally powerful point of the entire process, and it's what most owners never realize until the kittens are actually here. Remember earlier when I said if your cat stares at her flank with wide, startled eyes, you should pay attention? This is the moment where she realizes she can no longer run. For a cat, flight is their primary survival mechanism. If there is danger or pain, they run. But during birth, the pain is coming from inside. When she looks at you with those wide eyes, she is experiencing a moment of pure biological terror. She can't run away from this pain. This is where your bond is truly tested. Most owners think they should give her space when she looks stressed, but this is actually the moment she needs you to remain a calm, unmoving anchor. By staying in the nest despite the pain, she is sacrificing her most basic instinct, the instinct to flee, because she trusts that you are there to guard the exit. This is the ultimate vulnerability test. She is staying put because she believes you are stronger than the pain she's feeling. That's not just biology, that's a soul-level devotion. Finally, we must talk about the one signal you can never ignore. What does it mean when the behavior suddenly stops? If your cat has been vocal in seeking you out, but suddenly becomes deathly silent, limp, or ignores her kittens as they arrive, your response must be immediate. Animal cognition research shows that a mother cat will only give up on a litter or stop reacting when her body has entered a state of shock or extreme exhaustion. If she stops looking at you and her eyes become glazed, she isn't resting. She is telling you that she has reached the end of her strength. This is where you move from witness to savior. Don't ignore a sudden silence. A cat in labor should be focused, either on you or her kittens. If she is focused on nothing, she is in trouble. So, when your cat seeks you out during her most vulnerable hours, dragging her blankets toward your feet and looking to you with wide, searching eyes, remember what she's really asking. She isn't just looking for a comfortable spot to have her kittens. She is choosing you to be the guardian of her new life. She is overriding millions of solitary instinct just to be near you. That's not just a cat having kittens. That's a profound act of devotion, trust, and shared vulnerability. And that simple act of her following you into the kitchen between contractions, it was never small to her. It was her way of saying you are the only safety she knows. And it shouldn't be small to you either.